Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. It's Angela, the Traveling Crafter. I hope you're doing well today. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I enjoy doing tons of DIY projects, thrifting for vintage treasures, traveling, and everything in between. And we're just going to have fun, maybe get a little bit messy. This is a really easy project. We've done this part of it many times before. But I had a bunch of dyed papers, and some of them were these entry blanks. This is, what is this? I think this is, I believe what this is, a, like for a salesman who has a contact. So I got a bunch of those. There's a bunch of entry blanks. These I backed, a few of them. This one I backed. This is just a receipt page. But they look like this. And I thought, well, and then I have a few pages. I must have used these to, as blotters or whatever. And I said a while ago that I needed to get out my stamps. And so I thought, well, how about we dye a few of these for those of you who are new. And this is going to be really interesting because this is it's almost like pages of a Bible. And we'll use this for the base so we can get some prettiness like this. Okay, what are you going to need? You're going to need some receipts. We did this a while ago where we used actual receipts. I think I did this on the 100-day challenge around the house. And I just used actual receipts that I got from my own purchases and turned them into ephemera. But these happen to be blank, and I had to go scrounging kind of a lot because I didn't know where I had all of these, but found them. You are going to need, I have a pen because I'll tell you what, on a couple of these, we probably won't decorate these two. They were a little bit hard. Well, this one I guess we could. But this one, I had to, handwrite some things in there to make it a little more authentic. It's pretty basic. I didn't put a lot of stamps aside from the few that you see here. But it's more modern, if you will. So I didn't even put anything on the back. And then this one, just finding city, states, and that kind of thing is hard. So Tim Holtz, Elizabeth Craft Design, other friends. If you feel like making addresses, cities and states, countries, and zip codes, we would probably appreciate it. Because, it's kind of fun to make it more authentic, if you will. Okay, so first I'm going to show you how I just create the backgrounds, if you will, to make them look all old and crusty. And it's pretty easy. And then we'll decorate some of these I have already got done. So what I have is some pre-made rust. Now, if you've watched my videos on how to rust things, this is the rust that came from said items. I put it in a squirt bottle. It does all settle. So before you start squirting again, you need to really shake it good. A little BB in the bottom would be helpful. And then also make sure that that the nozzle is clear. And so I just used some water and a little bit of, what do you call that stuff? Hand sanitizer to get it off. So I've got a little bottle of rust. I've got pre-made coffee. I used to have tea. I ran out and I haven't remade it. So I need to do that one of these days. And then you're just going to need a variety of stamps. So I have these from Elizabeth Craft Designs. Really wanted these badly because it has Des Moines, Iowa on it. So that was cool. I've got some numbers. I think these came from probably Temu. These are sign here. So these are all signatures from Kathy Holden. These are dates from the past. Another, I think, Elizabeth Craft Designs. Nope, Creative Expressions. Here's what it looks like there. Sam Pool. Another Temu one. These are more like tickets. I don't think we'll probably use those. And then I have a couple of the Tim Holtz stamps. These are kind of my go-to a lot of times. There's a lot of good variety in these. And then finally, I have this one also from Creative Expressions from Tim Holtz, or Sam Poole. This one has an address, and I think I missed that. So maybe we will do one of these that had the addresses, and I'll look a little bit more before I do them. But I felt like when I did these before, I did not have addresses. So here's what we're going to do. We're just going to start with some rust, because I don't know that I really used a lot of rust on the last ones. And by the way, this smells. So it's going to smell like vinegar. All I'm doing is spraying a little bit of it. And same with the coffee. Now I want to make sure that I get that pretty good. Now the other thing that you can do, and you can just do this just a little bit and leave it. The other thing you can do is kind of crumple it up a little bit, and you can, now I'm going to do this beforehand. I think, I don't remember how I did it after, or how I did it last time, but perhaps I did this after everything was dry. You can rip it a little bit, get some gooberies in there, and just kind of tap it over the edge. Oh, there we got a hole in there. Now, I have a feeling that this one has the perforation on it. If I put these down here now and spray it, that's going to spread out, but we're going to do it anyway. And I am going to lay this right on top of here to kind of soak up that on the back, just for the heck of it. I'm going to do it again. Before I do that on this one, you can also, if you get these little bubblies, you can just take a paintbrush. You can kind of spread it out and make it look a little older, you know, whatever you want to do. There's no really right or wrong way. I do like some of these. Let's see. Let's use a different. What do I got here? Goodness, I don't. Ground espresso here. And yep, I'm using the same dauber, but that's okay. Ooh, I just got hot. I don't have my heater on down here. It's early, fairly early in the morning. So I hope you guys are all doing well. We are into January. Can you believe it? Hope you all had happy holidays, safe travels. Santa was good to you. All of the things. That's a dangerous thing to do. Don't do that. Take off the lids of 2 of these and then have to put them back on. Okay, hang on. So now we're going to do a little bit of, and this one I'll do a little bit different. The other thing you could do if you don't have a spray bottle is you could mix up your coffee. Let's see if I can do it with just what I got here. And you can splatter just by putting some on your paintbrush and then kind of flicking it on there. I really like this orange rusty look, and especially on that yellow. So we've kind of got a lot. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to see what this one looks like on that. See, that's pretty boring, huh? Let's put this aside. I should have done that before. It's okay. Everything's okay. Oh, and what do I have underneath here? This is a piece of that foam that I had. Some of you may remember I bought some foam, different colors of foam at a thrift store, and I just glued 3 of them together to make a new cushion for stamping on. So that's what this is for. I also have some cork. I sold some of that in a live sale, just a single sheet of cork, and it had kind of a, it had black on the top, so to kind of keep it from moving. So I've got that one too, which is kind of nice. Get that moved off there. Okay, now Let's just put this down like that. I need something to put this on. You know what I'm going to use? I am going to use this. I have this file folder, and I'm just going to set them on here because I think it would be nice to get a kind of a coffee dyed. Oh gosh, I got a lot of these. Well, all right, well, we'll use that for that. What else do I have here? We can use a piece of, which this might help. We can use a piece of this old scrapbook paper, and that will help too, because then it will kind of distress this, because the one that I used to put on the backs of those, it was just plain. It didn't have any. So there we go. And then we'll set it aside. Now when they're all dry, you can add more of your details should you choose. Okay, so now we have kind of a little bit of a mess. Now these were entry blanks. I'm just going to put a whole bunch of them. And they had the email on there. And I took the email off. And then these, I took the phone number off too. So I just did them. I wanted some thinner ones instead. So you can see like this one's much bigger. But I wanted a variety. All right, let's just do these all together. And I should have room over there for the rest of them. And these, I think well, let's do a couple of these where I crumple them up first. Give them a little love. So easy to do and very, very relaxing, by the way. But like I said, I've done this a lot of times. We did this when we used real receipts, which is kind of fun. There we go. Lay that out. You don't have to go crazy with it, but it's kind of fun. And like I said, I like it when it rips. And you can put it down here. If you don't have coffee or anything like that, you can use just your ink. If you have ink, get it nice and goobery. Let's do a couple of those like that. Let's do this one. That works just fine too. You could use makeup. We use that in the 100-day challenge around the house. There's a playlist if you guys want to go. I'm a glutton for punishment, I tell you, because I had this brilliant idea last year to do a 100-day challenge and use things just found around the house. And I generated a list, not that I created, but I just let AI create me a list. And so you could leave it like that too. Maybe we'll do one like that. I kind of like that. And wow, there were some doozies on there. You'll have to go try it out. But it was very fun. It was a lot. 100 days is a long time to do one every single day. But I did like it. It was fun to do. Okay, that's probably good. There we go. Now let's put on let's zhuzh with some spray. Let's do this one. I do really like the rust. Okay, we're going to be done with the rust. Now this, I'm going to halfway squeeze on it to get it more like some dribblies. And then the same there. And I kind of just want that to pool. I'm not going to worry about the back of these so much. But do you see how these kind of pooled up over here? So hopefully when those dry, it'll take a lot longer because there's more liquid, obviously. But when they all dry, it'll be more succinct, if you will. So I'm just going to set those aside. Maybe this one I'll put some. I like that one just how it is. And let's see, let's move this over here. There we go. pull it through there. All right, let me take these aside. And let these dry. Okay, now we have this that is what is our leftover that we used. So I think I'm just going to leave them just like this, put them aside. I don't want to do the other side because I don't want to get this. There's already a little bit of coffee on there, so I'll just, whoa, what did I just slide across? That could be dangerous. Could you imagine if I had to go to the hospital? Yeah, I think I broke my leg. I just slipped on a piece of plastic. That wouldn't be cool. Ooh. All right, I'm just gonna make sure I got this kind of cleaned off. Now, some of you may be asking, if you don't know, why do you have this foam thing under here? Well, when you're stamping, it does help. And I'm not the best stamper in the whole world. So when you have some type of cushion, I'm going to turn it over just in case there's anything wet. It kind of gives it some give when you are actually stamping. So let's just start with this guy. And I love this. This I just picked up at a thrift store, but I love it. So I'm going to put this kind of across the top, not all the way, like you won't be able to see all of it, but just because I think it looks cool. There we go. Maybe we'll do it at the bottom too. Just a itty bitty bit. Just to give it a little oomph. And we probably need to get, well, I'll just use this wipey. I should have gotten a piece of paper underneath there. Then I could have another little backdrop. Okay, now we need to decide what we're going to put on here. So, this one from Sam Poole has that address. So, let's see if I can possibly make this happen. Is there anywhere for a name? There's a name, but not a signature. How about you take the whole thing out, Ange? Okay. All right. Let me grab some tape, because what I'm going to do is I want that address to be on there, but I don't want everything else to be on there. So hang tight a second. Let me grab some of this tape. This is just, this is painter's tape, but it's delicate surface tape. So maybe we can make that work. Of course, I didn't make it long enough. Jiminy Christmas. Hang on, I don't want to use that. We'll put it up here. But just experiment. There's no right or wrong way to create these. You're just having a little fun. And they don't need to make sense. Like, if you're one of those people that is very literal, this project might not be for you. And if you are a person that's very literal, just don't worry about it. It doesn't have to make sense. It just has to be cute. Now, let's see what happens here. That's a lot of tape. I think I can make it work. Okay, now we're just going to take our black ink. Can you guys see that? It's down kind of far. There we go. And I'm just going to put it on. Oh, that's cool. See how it's getting on that tape? All right, let's make sure. We might have a little black on there, but that's okay. All right, now I'm just going to try to put the address. This is really hard to do when I'm not right over the top of it. I'm just going to press that down. And there we go. All right, so now we're going to do Same thing. We're just going to put this up here. And we're going to put the Paris on here. I don't know what we're going to put for state, but we'll just put some numbers in for the zip code. Okay. And put Paris right about there. Boom. Now we can get rid of this. And that, my friends, is how you do it if you just want to use part of the word. Can you guys see that? Let's pull this down a little bit. There we go. Okay. I'm going to wipe that off and put it back. So, oh, look, that came in on the back. It's okay. So, let's see what else we can put on here. What do I have here? Oh, here, this says Madame. Madame. We don't know Madame who, but I'm going to turn this a little bit. Makes it easier. Ooh, that looks pretty. Madame. No last names on here. Okay, now we got to go searching. But before we do that, let's see if we can find something that would mimic. Here, this will work. It's going to be big, but that's okay for the zip code. Man, I'm kind of making a mess. All right. And I'm just going to put this kind of over the state and the zip code because I doubt I'm going to have something. I could have made a couple letters up and that would have been fine. Okay, so now we need something for her last name. What's it going to be? All right, let's look at some of these. Oh, I can probably use, I could have used one of those. I think I can find one in here. These probably no. All right, let's see. Let me grab this stack. Oh, see, I could have used that as a zip code too. That's what I'm saying when you start looking at these. Okay, so where is my signature one? Sign here. This is the Kathy Holden one. Look, we can do this. Madam W. Edwards. Which one looks most like? This one kind of looks most like that writing, so we'll use that one. Maybe. I can read it. This one. There we go. And just like that, friends, we're turning these into something that looks old and crusty that we can use. So if you don't have original ephemera, ooh, there we go. That was almost a fail, almost upside down. There we go. Perfect. Now, do we want any other little goodies on there? Perhaps. Just some other things. Let's put her back. You know what I also have? Let's see. I'm going to leave that there. Let me look up here. Oh, you know what we could use? I finally got one of these. I don't think I ever showed this. This is a seal, so we can make a seal on there. See that? That's cute. And what could we put? I'm looking at my... I wish all of them said it on the... What's this say? Received in Damaged condition. Well, why not? We'll use the blue one. Sorry, I'm reaching. Just put it. There's that one. What else do I have up here? Return to sender. What's that one say? To avoid delay. And that one might be too big. Let's put something like right either on, probably over here, because we already have that seal. Now, one thing we could do to make this seal pop a little bit more is just put a little bit of our ink on there. There we go. See, that's better. All right, let's do, excuse me, one more. Approved would kind of be fun. Let's do approved. It's big. It's a big approved. And approved, we did that blue. I'm going to do this in blue too, since I already got that funky red one on there. There we go. All right, we're going to call that good. You could keep going. You could go on and on if you wanted to, but we're going to keep it simple. So there we go. Now we have a piece of ephemera. Now this one is not backed. You could back it like I did with this one, but I don't know how I'm going to use these. So, you know, it's kind of just better to leave them, in my opinion, until you find what you're going to use them on. Okay, let's do another one. Let's do one of these big ones. Let's do this. I'm going to do one that's not backed. There we go. All right. Have I done one of these? I don't think I have. I don't know. And this is kind of cool. It's in English and in French. All right. Well, let's start by... I got to look on here. This is two. Okay, here's a date. So we needed the date. And I think I'm going to try... Oh, I forgot to put the approved back. Darn it. Hang on. I'll just do one more. These can... I mean, you can get really carried away with these and do a whole bunch of things. But I'm going to try not to take too much time on it. It's upside down. Goodness gracious. This is February 21st. It's Sam's birthday. And I just want the Feb and the 21. So see if I can get that on there. There we go. And then how about we try to do just the 16? Let's see if I can do that. I got to hold this away from you guys so I can see it. Well, let's see if it works. Sort of. I got a little residual from the rest of it. That's okay, though. All right. See, you can always make things work for your project. Okay. This wants somebody's name, so I'll looking. See what else I got. And one thing to consider is looking at all of your things before, what's this say? Received, main office, answered. Well, we might want to use that somewhere. All right, I'm going to put that here so I know that I want to use that eventually. Do we have anything? This is what takes the longest. It's picking out what you want. Okay. I'm looking. Read the enclosed proposition. Okay. Here's the dates from the past. Let's see what's on here. Well, here, we can put this number here. That seems like a good idea. I feel like I want to use different colors on this. I love using red on these, and blue. All right, received from. And we know we have some signatures. Oh, that looks cool. All right, let's get a name up here. Where are those at? Right here. Well, none of them are really long. I mean, they're pretty small names, but we'll make this from somebody with the last name of Whiteman. I'll kind of put it not right on the end. Do you see how nice that works when it's got that padding there? Works great. That's an old scrapbook trick for all of you out there that are old scrapbookers. Now, I don't really have anything that's going to work for my amount. So what I think I'm going to do, is there anything that says money-wise, like dollar-wise on here? Because I could make it. Oh, yes, I do. I have these numbers. Okay, so we can make that down here with these little numbers. Or I could use one of my stamps. But let's just say, let's do 50. Because I think 50 would be, so I'm just using this is a gray marker, gray Sharpie. Oh, gosh. I'm trying to make it look. That looks horrible, but that's fine. And I poked a hole through it, but that's all right too. All right. So we need 50. These little boogers. These are little. Itty bitty. And one of these I'll say. Amount of account. Amount paid. Okay. So let's put 50 here. And just for easy use, I mean, obviously I don't need this huge stamp block for this, but it's easier to do it this way. Just to get one out instead of using 20 of them. Okay, there's my 50. Amount paid. $50. And let's see, how much is the account for? We'll say they're, let's see. Get rid of my 5. I'm trying to put them back where they belong. And let's make it 98. These little boogers with my nails, it really is a mess. 98. There we go. It's a little crooked, which I kind of like that, but I should have put the 50 on the other side, like a debit and a, oh well. So we'll keep the 8 there. Get ourselves a... Is that a 4? What number is that? That doesn't look like a 4. What is it? Oh, that's a 1. Here's a 4. Slowly, carefully. That is so crooked. There we go. Let's just, for the sake of doing it a little bit opposite, let's just put it here. Oh, and I didn't put the 50 there. Darn it. We can do it. I mean, this one's getting a little bit more specific. But you certainly don't need to do it that way. Where's the 0? There it is. And these are not straight or not even. It doesn't, I don't care. All right, done. Not a huge fan of working with these itty bitty ones. Now this one doesn't look terribly old or old-fashioned. Let's see. What could we put? I feel like we could put number 5, this big number 5 over here in the corner, just to kind of give it a little more interest. How about maybe we do that in blue? We still need a company and a signature. Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot. That's pretty. Okay. There we go. Signature. But I hope you guys give these a go if you haven't tried these before or done these with me. You know, we did something kind of similar when we did the passports, but if you go to Ko-fi, I have a passport digital, probably the hardest digital I've ever done. It took me the longest, but I really had fun with it. And the Whitman, Miss Whitman, well, not only did they sign it there, they are going to sign it down here. Why didn't we do that when we had it? I don't know. I mean, and you can use anything. It was really, I really enjoyed doing this with real receipts. That was cool. Because, you know, that's actually really junk. You know what I mean? Stuff you might otherwise throw away. All right, this seems to need some a little more stuff on it. So let's do that. We need a company name of some sort. Let's see what I got. No options on the Timmy. Let's see what we have here. Oh, I'm going to use this tiny little... I wanted to use the received, and I wanted to use the, what did it say? Style number, I think. So let's put this on there. And we'll use the red on this one, too. And where do we want that? Let's just put it right here. There we go. That looks cute. There's a received. What did I say? I want to use style. Style. Where are you at? Right here. And I just want that to be in, I think in black. I'm just going to put it right there. Just for something extra. There we go. Now we still need to find the company, and then we'll wrap this up. Okay. Not there. All right. Not that one. Let's look at this one. That one might have something, and this one might have something. No. This is it. We're going to call it. We're going to make that the company. Seems as good as anything else, right? And I didn't use any of the green. I had green out. Boom. All right, now let's do something round kind of over in here. What does this say? I know I don't like to put this up here because it's probably hard for you guys to see it. This New York one will be fine. It's kind of like a postmark, but that's okay. I'm just going to kind of have this not quite on the... There we go. All right, now I'm liking that. I do want to makey. Let's makey. I do think I want a seal on it, and I also think I want to kind of, so we'll just go as, I want it right in the middle of it. I love it. See there? And then I do also want to use some ink to distress the edges. Let's see, can I get a little perforation? Perfect. It just gives it a little extra dimension. Well, I You know, why did I do this video? I have a whole bunch of videos to do today. Ooh, that went right through it. And I started with that one. Oh, well. All right. Move this out of the way. All right, here we go. Let's look at what we have here. Pull it out just a little bit so you can see it. Okay, so we went from all of these that were just kind of boring. And do we have any that were... Here's the ones that we didn't do, just so you can kind of get a... There you go, so you can tell. And then we got that one. We got this one. We have that one. We have that one. How cute are those? Well, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you give it a go. It's a very relaxing thing. This is actually something I would say would be fun if you had already, you know, distressed your... And you don't have to distress them. You can use them just how they are. That you can take your stamps, sit by the... you know, TV, watch some shows, and just stamp away. I use a little tray, a little vintage tray to put things on and have a good time with it. All right, friends. Well, we will see you next time. Until then, remember to take time to just be. I hope you enjoyed today. Cheers.